Hello and welcome to Nick's Allotment Diary. Today I'm going to be doing the 5 questions and answer challenge. I've been tagged by Grow with Kit, Nigel from Muddybootz and Richard from the Veg Growers podcast to answer these questions. So without further ado, I'll answer the questions. The first question is, why an allotment? Well, I've been growing in the garden for years, sort of growing vegetables and different plants and flowers, and then I had the opportunity to go along to a local allotment open day. The allotments are open once a year for you to go around and have a look and see what people are growing, and I decided that I'd quite like to have an allotment when I saw them to increase my growing space. So I had an allotment, got on the waiting list, and it took about maybe less than a year to get on the allotment. It needed quite a bit of work when I first got it, and I really enjoy growing stuff there now. Lots of fresh fruit and veg. I've been there for about 4 years now. So I really enjoy growing lots of things and sharing them with you. And that leads me on to the second question. Why do you do YouTube? Well, I started, didn't really know much about YouTube, didn't really use YouTube, and I was doing a web search to find something to do with some cloches. I wanted to buy some cloches, and I came across a channel called Lavender and Leeks. Katie runs that channel. If you don't know it, go over and have a look. Great channel. And when I started watching her video, as you know, on YouTube you get recommended other channels, and I came across other channels, came across Nigel's channel, Muddybootz, and I came across other channels like Allotment Diggers, Mark, and Sean James Cameron, and I realised that there was a wealth of knowledge available on YouTube. So I thought, well, that's a good opportunity, and I thought maybe I should give it a go. So about a year ago I took the plunge and set up my own channel. Didn't think it would do very well, didn't think I'd do that people would be particularly interested, but I was surprised straight away how many people were so kind and subscribed and commented. People like Terry, Robotic Allotment Gardener, loads of people, Laura, BirchtreeGaurdianGardener, loads of different people commented and were interested in my channel and started subscribing, and it sort of got a bit addictive, and I did a bit more, and I now really enjoy it, even though I still find it a little bit difficult to stand in front of a phone camera and talk away and just think, am I saying something that people want to listen to? But yeah, I really enjoy it. Third question, how long have you been growing for? Well, I've sort of been growing since I was a child, really. My dad was always into growing stuff in the garden. He grew vegetables and plants. We had a greenhouse. We grew tomatoes in the greenhouse. And I sort of really always been interested in gardening. When I got my own house, I decided that I wanted to grow in my own garden. There wasn't really enough room, so that was one of the reasons, as I mentioned, why I wanted an allotment. Fourth question, what do you like to grow? Well, I like to grow all sorts of things, really. Cabbages, brassicas, kale, pumpkins, squashes, sweet corn, salads, quite a lot of fruit. I enjoy growing fruit in the allotment. Raspberries and strawberries, blueberries, black currants. The sunflowers, of course, the sunflower challenge, I mustn't forget those, and some of the flowers. So all sorts. I really enjoy growing lots of different things. I like trying out new things, trying out new seeds each year, trying something different that I haven't tried before. Potatoes, of course, you've seen on my recent videos the potatoes that I've picked. Lots of different things, that's what I like to grow. And the fifth question, what's your favourite thing to grow? That's quite a difficult one really, because I like to grow all sorts of things, but probably my favourite thing is tomatoes. I really enjoy different types of tomatoes. I enjoy the big tomatoes, I enjoyed the Crimson Crush last year, I enjoyed the Indigo Cherry tomatoes. This year I'm going to go at Gigantimo, the giant tomatoes. So anything to do with tomatoes I enjoy. And I also enjoy fruit. I enjoy the strawberries, love strawberries, that's one of my favourite fruits. Enjoy the blueberries, particularly really enjoyed the blueberries. So it's really difficult to think of a favourite thing, but tomatoes and strawberries if I was pushed. And now it's time for me to think of some other channels for you to go along and see, and if these channels want to do the challenge, it's up to you, but I'll put the link to these channels below so that you can see them. So the first one that I'm going to recommend for you is a channel called Diggingfordinner. That's a couple called Joe and Kelly. They've got allotment down in the south somewhere, I think it's Essex, in that area, and they've got a great allotment, so pop along and see their channel. The next channel I've got is a channel called Ross Minton. Ross lives in Shropshire. He's got an allotment, he's got chickens on his allotment, he grows all sorts of things. He has a very familiar theme tune, you'll see when you have a look at his channel. Third one I'd like to recommend is Mark and Catherine's Vegie Garden. They're over in Australia. This is a back garden channel. They grow all sorts of things. Mark's got hydroponics in his greenhouse. He grows all sorts of vegetables in raised beds. Yeah, you'll really enjoy his channel. He's got a drone so he can fly over his garden. You can see that. It's a really good channel. He hasn't got loads of subscribers, and I don't know why. I think if you go over and look at his channel, you'll really enjoy it. Another Australian one, McDowall Manor. Andy from McDowall Manor. He grows in his back garden. He's got quail. He's got hydroponics. He grows all sorts of different veggies. He has a lot of problems with rodents in his garden. He does brewing, so if you're interested in brewing, pop along to his channel. The fifth channel I'd like to recommend is a channel called the Novice Gardener. It's run by a lady called Louise. She's doing a 90-day challenge in aid of a charity relating to something called pulmonary fibrosis. Great channel. She's done loads of work in the garden. It'd be great if you could pop along and support her. So that's it. I've done my 5 questions and answers. I've sort of commented and given you 5 channels that I recommend. They don't have to do this challenge if they don't want to. It's just a bit of fun after all. I hope you've enjoyed my answers to the questions, and thanks very much for joining me at my home, and I'll see you again next time.